Kentucky voters will be voting yes or no on Constitutional Amendment number 2. The amendment, if passed, would give the Kentucky General Assembly the authority to spend public money on non-public education. Last night on Kentucky Tonight, our panel talked all about the pros and cons of Amendment 2.
Our public schools are already chronically underfunded. We need smaller class sizes. We need money for that. We need more health services for kids. We need money for that. We have a teacher shortage. We need money. We need services for that. So to take a pie that is already shrinking every year because our legislature is not keeping up with inflation when they're looking at the SEEK funding, to take that and then to start dividing it to schools that are not public schools, that are not accountable to the public like public schools are, really makes no sense. I'm not only a public school educator, but I'm a public school parent. And as a parent, I have a choice where I want my child to go to school. Do I want him to go to public school? Do I want him to go to private? I've always had that choice. I chose public schools because I know that those schools wrap around our community and provide the services that our communities need to thrive.
Americans for Prosperity believes in universal choice. I mean, we believe that every parent, regardless of socioeconomic status, should have that option. And
regardless of wealth.
Right. And I disagree with the statement because I really feel like not every family has that choice right now. I think that, you know, we've been talking to families on the west end of Louisville who do not feel like they have that choice right now. They feel very stuck in the school system that they're in, and they feel very frustrated. They feel like their child is failing. And we've heard that story over and over again from parents from the west end of Louisville.
I agree with the other side of the room here on the fact that we do have school choice in Kentucky. If you're wealthy, you have choice, and we have wealthy folks who exercise that choice every day. They write a check to a private school to cover tuition. They up and move to a better school district. So there are choices for those folks, but a lot of people could use that help to get a better education for their children. And they talked about other states where a lot of the vouchers or scholarships are going to families who already have children in private school. But that doesn't mean they're wealthy. That doesn't mean they haven't sacrificed everything to give their children a better education. I think it's a really kind of an elitist attitude to say, yeah, we have choice, but we're not going to help you. We're not going to provide any financial benefit or help so that you can put your child into a school that because of your income or because of where you happen to live, you can't pay for. And we've heard some of that from opponents of this.
Backers of Amendment 2 say it gives the Kentucky General Assembly options to fund non-public education and doesn't guarantee anything. But Tom Shelton, chair of the Protect Our Schools campaign, says lawmakers' past actions make it clear what they intend to do.
The General Assembly's already shown us what they want to do with this. They filed House Bill 563, which the Council for Better Ed sued on, and we won unanimously at the Supreme Court level. They filed HB 9, which was amending the charter school law that was already on the books and created private charter schools, required charter schools in specific areas of the state, and took public monies from local communities and sent it to those private charter schools. And so we sued on that one and have won at Franklin Circuit Court, and it's on its way to the Supreme Court now. So when people say that there's been no real decision or no real conversation about what's going to happen, I dispute that because I think we already kind of know based on what's happened before.
You can see more of last night's discussion and our conversation on September the 16th about Amendment 2, the so-called School Choice Amendment, online on demand at ket.org/KY tonight.